Okay, here we go. This is the last lesson of lesson 15, the last video. And we're going to think about multiples of 10, 100, and 1,000 in multiplication. So we're already doing that when we multiply, but we're just going to look at how it works with decimals. So here we have 5 and 46 hundredths times 30. So what if I made it 5 and 46 hundredths times 3, well, times 10 times 3. Oops, 3. There we go. Okay, so 30 is 10 times 3, right? And since I can do that, multiplication, I can move the numbers around. They can be in any order. So what if I had 5 and 46 hundredths times 10, and then I took that and I multiplied it by 3, right? So 5 and 46 hundredths times 10, remember, all you need to do is move the numbers over. And since we're multiplying by 10, we're going to move the numbers to the right on our place value chart. So that would be 54 equals 54 and 6/10, right? Then I have 54 and 6/10 times 3. All right, and I could do that in a vertical form. 54 and 6/10 times 3. 6 times 3 is 18. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13, and 5 times 3 is 15. And then I'm going to wait till the end to place my decimal point. I know that I only have one thing to the right of the decimal point, so it's 153 and 8/10. And that makes sense because this is about 50 times 3, right? But my original question was 5 and 46 hundredths, right? So now I want to think about, did I answer that? Yeah, because I did 10 times 3. That's why I changed it to 54 and 6/10. So this is still the answer. Let's check it in another way. What if I had 5 times 30? 5 times 3 is 15, and the 0 is 30, so that would be about 150, right? I could also think about 546 tenths, right? 546 tenths. I'm just going to put my T there so I don't forget, times 3. And that would still come out to 18, 13. Oh, did I make a mistake? 6 times 3 is 18. 3 times 4 is 12. Plus 1 is 13. Whoops. This should have been a 6, yeah? 16. Did you notice that? All right. Sorry about that. I must have been distracted. My daughter is vacuuming. Let me get back to my eraser here and make this a little bit cleaner. Okay, there we go. Okay, good thing I did it again. And notice, 3 times 5 is 15, plus 1 is 16. So that's 1,638 tenths. So this would be in the tenths place. So then that would put a decimal right there. Okay, so sorry about the vacuuming in the background. Now, what if it was 5 and 46 hundredths times 300, right? 5 times 3 is 15, and then I would have 2 zeros. So my answer is going to be close to 1,500, right? Could I do 5 and 46 hundredths times 100 times 3? So 5 and 46 hundredths times 100. Let's put the answer there. That would give me 546 times 3, right? And then I could do that by vertical form. 546 times 3. Well, I already have it there, don't I? So it will be 1,638. And I know that it's going to be close to 1,500. So that would be my answer, right? 1,638. Okay, so we're just thinking about if I could break a number apart by tenths, by tens and hundreds, so that I can use it in a different way, right? Just trying to do all of our different multiplication strategies. Let me show you this chart. Okay, here's a chart. And we can see that we have the distributive property of multiplication. That's when we can break it apart and distribute the number out. So 465 becomes 460 and 5, and we multiply it by 8 in each part. It's kind of like the area model, right? Then we have the same thing with the decimal. It's 2 times 7, 3/10 times 7, and 1/100 times 7. Then we have the associative property. The associative property, I like to think about grouping. So I change my 40 to 4 times 10. Then I can change my grouping around and multiply as I need to. Okay, and then the commutative property is the one that tells us that we can switch the order. So it can be 64/100 times 2 or 2 times 64/100. So we can use that to switch around. Commutative, associative, and distributive, the three properties of multiplication that really help us a lot. Well, this is the last video of lesson 15. I hope you learned a lot. And the answer to your joke, why are multiplication and division always right, are facts. Hopefully you know the first two words from the first two videos, but the last two words are facts. Haha. I'll see you later. Thanks for all of your hard work. Aloha.